what's up guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video we're going up to Portland, Oregon, where Olga has shared a very unique photo with me. Much like this video you're going to see out of Hawaii, Lindsay noticed a very multicolored active light in the sky. Doesn't appear to be a Chinese lantern, doesn't appear to be a drone, but doesn't mean it couldn't be. We're going to come back and take a look at that here in a moment. First, we're going to go up to Alberta, Canada, where Heather Pratt has shared a transfixing video with me of some beautiful northern lights, a display of green lights unlike any I've ever seen. These are really, really cool. And to me, when we see these lights in the sky, we see green, sometimes red. I've even seen blue. I think what the solar wind is doing, it's illuminating different types of gases in the Earth's atmosphere. Yeah, it interacts with the magnetic field first, but what penetrates the atmosphere, I think, illuminates natural gases inside of the Earth's atmosphere, and green is usually the most common color we see with regard to northern lights, like we're seeing here in this display. That's very active. You can see it's kind of giving the impression of a mothership or something just kind of sitting there hovering in the sky above Alberta, Canada. Just absolutely phenomenal. No other way to describe it. Phenomenal indeed. I want to thank Heather for sharing this video with me. I just got this, in fact, today, and I found it quite fascinating. Transfixing is a very good adjective. Great job, Heather. Thanks for sharing. Also in this video, we're going to hop over to the website, take a look at the Schumann resonance, seeing a little bit of activity, slowly but surely increase in the Schumann activity. We can trace that back to this very large sunspot surrounded by an active region. Also another sunspot. This is now Earth facing. So look for an increase in solar activity here in the coming days. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera. Looks pretty similar to what we saw yesterday, with the exception of the lake seismograph. These are very unusual signatures, some being very brief, small earthquakes. These larger signatures, don't know. I've never seen them on there before. I'm not implying this is anything bad or anything like that. They're just unique. If you look at how to interpret the different types of signatures we see on these seismographs at the caldera, here's how you interpret what you see. You see this pattern? Tectonic-like earthquakes, shallow volcanic earthquakes right here, surface events right there, and a harmonic tremor right there. And you can click on this little tab right here, and it tells you how to interpret what you see. You don't see anything like this here. So I'm not sure how to interpret what we're seeing there, but there's definitely some sort of activity, that being at the Lake Seismo here at the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera. And as I've always said, I expect to see a little bit of activity here at these seismographs. After all, it is a supervolcano we're talking about. But anyway, more activity at the supervolcano caldera. Now we're going to go over to Portland, where I've received a photo, and I made a little slideshow with different enhancements. I didn't alter this photo in any way. This was taken by Olga as she was driving down the road. She actually saw this, according to her, in the sky. This isn't some sort of a weird reflection, according to Olga. I have no way to prove otherwise. I'm just simply taking her word for it. She said she saw this in the sky and actually slowed down, pulled over to the side of the road to get this photograph. So what I did was made a little slideshow of that photograph and made some alterations to try to pull forward any other possible features of this object, whatever it is in the sky. Don't know. But according to Olga, this was in the sky on November 21st of 2020 above Portland. Did anybody else happen to see anything unusual in the sky? All you're looking at here are different enhancements of the same photo. I only received one photo of this mysterious object in the sky, according to Olga. Did anybody else in the Portland area recall seeing something unusual on November 21st of 2020? There's the original on the left. There's a simple inversion format on the right where light is dark and dark is light. And you can see what look like individual vertical structures there in the sky, or in this photograph. There were 8 individual structures. Looking at the original, it looks like a very overcast day. The sun's not out. That would create some sort of a reflection anomaly. See, there's no sun at all. Don't know. That's a very mysterious photo, but I found it worth sharing. I was just taking her word for it. If that was something in the sky, that definitely was unique. Lindsay out of Hawaii also noticed something unique in the sky. Some sort of a very colorful orb. And she took this video of it and did a good job recording this object, whatever it is. And I don't think it's a Chinese lantern. It's got 6 sides to it. At least that's how it appears in the video. It may be a little bit out of focus. A lot of times if we zoom in too close to lights in the nighttime sky, they will expand into a false, give you a false reading. They're not actually that big. Like this here may be much smaller, but in the photo it appears much bigger. The colors are going to be true to form. That is definitely rainbow colored, whatever it is. And most Chinese lanterns that I've seen are just typical flames. They're usually orange. So what we've got going on here, don't exactly know. I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. That was just another one of those videos that was simply too good not to share. Now we're going to take a look at a brand new picture slideshow I put together. New high-octane photos from all around the world. Starting off with a little video clip by Shannon C. out of Cedar Grove, Indiana. Spectacular fiery orange sky that spanned 360 degrees around Cedar Grove, Indiana. Then she also took this photo and shared it with me of what looked like gravity waves. Very mesmerizing gravity waves at that. Get a load of that sky, would you? Great job, Shannon. RT out of Israel. Got some more fiery orange skies out over the Mediterranean Sea here. Visible from the coast of Israel. Scott S. out of Oklahoma. Got a tall cloud towering up into the sky that caught his attention, and he took a photograph of it as it looked very unique. Speaking of unique, I've never seen clouds like this here. I mean, things are getting kind of weird. Spokane, Washington. Seth noticed these clouds that look almost light black, and they almost look out of focus. I think the picture's in focus. It's the clouds that look like they were literally vibrating in the sky, and they were a very unique color and shape. Robert F. out of Tracy, California. Got this lone rectangle up in the sky. Rick S., not exactly sure of the location. Another hole punch cloud in a light pink sky. Got a dark pink sky going on here. Photo sent in by Stacy out of Sierra Vista, Arizona. Gippsland, Australia. Yet another big, bright purple and pink sky. Teresa T. out of Shelton, Washington. Got what looked like 2 triangle shapes here at the bottom of the photo, and that's what caught her attention, was those shapes up in the sky. Lake Isabella, California. Patricia got what looks like a saucer parked above this house in Lake Isabella, California. Incredible photo. That is a one-of-a-kind right there. Great observation by Patricia. Fargo, North Dakota. Ted A. noticed some towering thunderhead clouds. The top of that cloud looked like a big mothership. Speaking of mothership, Tom T. out of Hot Springs, Arkansas. Looks like we've got one coming in for a landing here. Big storm cloud. Tiffany C. out of North Carolina. Notice these objects above the Earth, visible from the International Space Station not too long ago. And we've been seeing a lot of activity. I will say 2020, in my humble opinion, has probably been one of the most active years with regard to different types of objects and things around and in the field of view of the International Space Station. I can recall probably in the last 12 months as many as I've seen in 10 years combined. And here's another example of some sort of very obvious objects in the field of view of the International Space Station. Photo here sent in by Mary Hall from the International Space Station of a giant circular cloud. This photo here is above Algeria. Very colorful sands and sand dunes in Algeria. And here you've got that turquoise colored water near some sandy beaches and small islands. Video here sent in by Rose, taken by Michelle from Crystal Beach, Texas, of some very ominous looking shelf clouds approaching the coastline near Galveston, Texas. Here we've got what looks like another ship in the sky. Picture taken by Sean K. out of Sparks, Nevada. Looks like a little mothership just parked above Sparks. Quinter, North Dakota. Rose P. Absolutely spectacular fiery orange sunsets from Gwinner, North Dakota. Eldoret, Kenya, photo sent in by Sandra of some sort of an object in the sky. Very obvious too. It doesn't look like an airplane, doesn't look like the moon, doesn't look like a helicopter. Just looks plain weird. Stan out of Michigan took this photo from St. Clair Shores of some beams spanning up into the sky vertically, and you can see the ground here glowing, and that's out over the lake. That's looking south. So he was very perplexed as to what he was looking at because he lives in this area and had never seen anything quite like that. Steve T out of Ehrenberg, Arizona. Photo here from the California-Arizona border of yet another spectacular sunset. Here we got one going back in time. This is a classic. Tim M. out of Bellingham, Washington. Long cigar-shaped hole punch cloud in the sky. Almost looks like a version of maybe a nuclear submarine, and the sun being the nuclear aspect of the submarine. Either way, that is a classic. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. All of the photos end up here at the Sky Phenomena Photo Gallery at the website, and sometimes I'll use them in a video slideshow just like you saw right here. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.